to my show on the YouTube highway. I got all you need. I'm gonna do it my way. Just listen up now. You can turn it up loud to hear my cool album review. Hold on for the good time. I don't need no sad. I got a song for the ages. You being good or bad. You need the info. You'll find it here. Just move over the fast lane. Shift your gears. I'm thinking it to y'all from me to you. Cool album review. Cool album review.
Hey everybody, welcome to Cool Album Reviews. I am Joey Odom and we are back with another video, and I'm also doing the podcast. This is the first installment of the podcast. We're recording YouTube videos and podcasts at the same time. So today's review is going to be on John Prine, the Tree of Forgiveness, one of my favorite albums, and probably one of the best Americana albums I've heard in a long time. Now, as you know, John Prine unfortunately passed away due to the coronavirus and left a big hole in the Americana industry for a lot of us. And The Tree of Forgiveness is one of those albums that it in a lot of ways is a great a great way to wrap up a career that has been very successful, and there's a lot of creepy kind of undertones in this that kind of hint at the possibility that that might have been his last album, in my opinion. Um, it incorporates a fantastic element of humor, which is something that John Prine was known for. His humor was incredible. And just life stories. He was a great storyteller. And one of my favorite songs on this record is probably there's a lot of great moments, but it opens with a song called "Knocking on Your Screen Door," which is to me a humorous kind of song in a lot of ways. Anybody that can write a line about pork and beans and make it believable is got my respect. He was a great writer, and this album showcases that very well. Egg and Daughter Night, probably one of the most humorous songs on the record, in my opinion. I remember being a DJ and getting this album for the first time at the radio station I was working at, and we played Egg and Daughter Night on the radio. It was such a funny song that off air I was just laughing so hard at his humor. And there's a lot of really pretty songs on this one too, like Summer's End and No Ordinary Blue and Boundless Love. I mean, all of these songs have their own sort of identity within themselves, and I think that it was a great it stood up to a lot of his other work quite well. He never lost his ability to tell a story and write uh, relatable songs. John, to me, was a huge influence from the time I was really young, and he was always playing in our record players when I was growing up, and my dad was a huge fan. And when he passed away, we literally felt like we were losing a family member because John's music had always been a part of our lives, and to know that there wouldn't be much anymore, that was really sad for us and hard for us to accept. I'm sure a lot of his fans felt that way because we all felt like we knew him through his music. And one of the funniest things that I remember hearing in a Austin City Limits story, he was playing there. I think it was maybe his last appearance on the show in, I think it was 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Right after the Tree of Forgiveness came out, he was introducing a song called Caravan of Fools. And he said, and being a songwriter, it really kind of made me laugh. He said that if a song starts off in a minor chord, you're in trouble right away. And I laugh because I agree, as a songwriter, like minor chords are really dark. And, I don't believe that I didn't see John's material as very political, but for some reason that particular song had a political undertone to it. If you look back at his earlier work, there's songs like, your flag decal won't get you into heaven anymore. That's one song that I guess could be considered political, but this one kind of resonated with our current day administration, in my opinion, with Donald Trump. But I'm not even going to get into that because it's not a political show. Um, but I think John really tapped into something special here with this record. I mean, God only knows. Uh, the Lonesome Friends of Science, another album cut on this that was just really cool. I don't know where the Vulcan from Birmingham originated. I don't remember that story. If there was one and somebody knows it, please tell me because I play a lot of these songs as an artist, and play a lot of them because I want to keep his music alive in people's minds and in their hearts. So I make sure to pay homage to John any chance I can in live performance, by playing classics or some of the newer stuff because all of I don't know if he ever wrote a song that I didn't like. I don't think there was one song out of his entire catalog that I didn't like. I mean, there were some that I liked better than others, but I don't think that John Prine ever wrote a bad song. And one of the biggest things on this record that stood out to me is the ending track, When I Get to Heaven. What a weird coincidence, in a way, to end a record with a song. Your last record at that, with a song called When I Get to Heaven. It just freaked me out. And when I heard that record, I got scared. And when I heard that, I got scared because uh, I couldn't think of existing in a world without John Prine. It just doesn't make any sense, and it still doesn't. Um, and I remember I want to share this story too. When he passed away, I'll never forget. It was April 7th of 2020. My mom called me, and of course, me being disabled, this question is really kind of funny to ask someone that's in a wheelchair. But she said, "Are you sitting down?" And I said, "Well, last time I checked, I think I am." And she goes, "You're not going to believe this." And I said, "Who died?" And she said, "John Prine." And I remember just saying, "I've got to call you back." And I sat there and wept. I wept like a baby because he had been a part of our lives for even before I was born. My dad was listening to Pride, and he gave me that exposure to his music when I was a young kid by playing songs on the guitar. He would play, Paradise and Please Don't Bury Me and a lot of others. And he really liked him. And I didn't understand John Prine at all when I was a kid. I didn't get it. I mean, I was just a kid. I'm not going to understand, the lyrical content, but I think as I got older, it made more sense. And this record uh, made a lot of sense to me when I first heard it. And it showcases his talent in such a way that it's not even questionable whether it's from the heart or not. He wrote what he felt at any given moment. Sing the alphabet or write something about the alphabet and make it uh, prolific and believable. Um, I've never heard a songwriter like John Prine in my entire life. Uh, Another songwriter will never be able to um, copy or duplicate what he did. But I remember sitting down uh, after hearing of his passing and writing a song called "The Day John Prine Died," and it was a song about how Dad used to play his music, and it made me smile, it made me happy, and this record was no different. I always looked forward to hearing what he had to say. You know, in my adult life, I started to really like the music even more, and it just doesn't make any sense to me that something like this had to happen and take him out in the way that it did, and I'm just I really come at a somber moment here because um, even talking about it still is weird to me. In the past tense, saying he was this or was that, but in a way, this music will live forever, and I strongly encourage everyone to uh, take their precautions against this virus and do what is right for your health and your family's health, because the art world lost a complete gem in losing John Prine, and it makes me sad to this day to talk about. Um, and I listen to this music with great respect and great pride. Uh, you know, to try to keep it alive in my own way, and I play it for people, and I learned a lot of the songs on guitar. I know probably every song on his first album, and a lot of the songs on this one too. And I'm just a huge fan, and you know, diehard fan. I was a month away from going to see him, hopefully in I think it was Louisville, Kentucky. They were going to play, and I was going to go see him, but God had other plans and needed him, I guess, more than we did. But in our hearts, we will miss John, and this record is a great way to cap off such a remarkable career. And I definitely give it a 10 out of 10 across the board. This whole thing is from front to back fantastic. And for anybody that may hear this that is related to the John Prine camp and all of the family, I love you all. Heart goes out to all of you. And just as a side note, as a fan, if there's any more music out there, please release it because I could use it at this particular time in my life. And I hope there's something out there that we'll get to hear in the future. Um, but until then, we'll just remember John the way he was, and listen to his music, and try to keep it alive for generations to come. That about wraps this one up for today. I'm Joey Odom, and as always, listen to great music and long live John Prine.